Yeah, it was probably not watching my dad play down at Bigger. I think I was playing around in the car as most like 4 or 5 year olds do because it was boring at that age. I think I slipped and cut my face open on the window. So my dad was busy finishing the game and I was getting rushed to hospital to get stitches all over my eyes. So yeah, I think that's my first memory. I started primary three and played in primary four down at Bigger. My mum actually was my coach all the way through minis. So my youngest memories are having my mum scream at me for every single Sunday morning for a couple of hours. It's actually a difficult one. I think we played down at Twickenham this year, which was amazing. Stade de France as well. I've played there twice in the last year. But it's actually going to sort of some of the smaller stadiums just in the last couple of weeks have been quite cool. Kingsholm was amazing, just to have the shed and just have that sort of ferocity of sort of support behind you. And then St James's Park at the weekend, but actually Ellen Road I thought was really cool. Just old traditional football stadium and having all the supporters banked right up on top of the pitch was amazing. I don't think I can say chocolate a dessert for every course. I don't know actually. I do love a bit of sort of calamari and mussels to start. Um, Something nice and fatty for my main. Actually, I love a steak pie, sort of traditional steak pie, with sort of big fat chunky chips that you can dip in the gravy, and then any one of a million desserts as long as it's got chocolate, sugar, anything in it. Come pudding time. The weekend, I think, just for the sheer physicality. Obviously, a lot of things didn't go our way, and we didn't play necessarily the way that we wanted to, but just the physicality in the game was just massive. Um, I think looking back on it, we've done our review, and there's a lot of contacts that we didn't win, and there's a lot of things that the coaches speak to us about doing better. But when you're playing in the game, it certainly feels like you're putting in 100% trying to hit them. So yeah, the weekend was tough.
How does that physicality manifest itself bodily when you're on the pitch physically? How does it affect you?
Um, it's a strange one. I think when you're playing a game, there's always some contacts that you dominate. There's some contacts that you don't dominate, and you don't necessarily have to be trying to go 100% or putting in 100% effort in every single one of them to win that contact. The weekend, it felt like every single contact you had to put in maximal effort, 100%, not to get over the gain line, just to actually get to the gain line. Or if you were tackling, you had to go up and you had to put everything you had behind your tackle to try and stop them from getting over the gain line. So it was just physical in the sense that every contact you had mattered, that you put 100% of your body into it. So yeah, it was tough. I'm not. I love watching films. I don't actually watch a film after the game. I'm a bit of an obsessive. I try to, but I'm always just kind of thinking about what happened. But I do like watching series after games because it's easy. You can kind of just tick over from one to the next. On Suits at the minute, I'm a big Suits fan at the minute. I've got House of Cards at home, which I'm not allowed to watch on away because Jen won't let me. So I do love watching TV series, and when you're stuck in a hotel for 4 or 5 weeks, there's plenty of time to catch up and watch it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of series at the minute.
It's interesting you mentioned you obsess about the game after it. So when does that? I suspect it depends on what the results been, but when does that obsession stop? When do you clear the game out your head?
It depends. I think you were saying it depends on the result. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm speak to some of the guys out there. I get quite negative sometimes. So I think I finish a game, and people might say, "Oh, you put well played, or you did this well." But for me, it's you're kind of always looking at what you did not so well. So you're always looking at what you want to improve. And Jen and my partner and my mum and dad will say whenever they speak to me after the game, it doesn't matter how it's gone, I always seem quite, not down, but just sort of quite reserved, because it's difficult because you don't need to praise yourself when you've done something well, but when you've not quite done something that you meant to do or you wanted to do it better, those are the things that stick in your head. So you come back, and I tend to not sleep really the night after a game. I think on Saturday I didn't get to sleep until about 3:30 in the morning, and that's not because I wasn't tired. It's just because I'm sitting in bed and you've got things running around your head at 100 miles an hour. You still get the adrenaline pumping through. You're not actually sore. The soreness doesn't come till the Sunday or the Monday or the Tuesday this week. It's so it's difficult. I think that the night after the game is really difficult to actually get any rest. The next day is the chance you get to maybe have a lie-in or sleep in the afternoon, because you've got so much going through your head after the game, you don't really get to switch off very well. Yeah, I think we had like a clarity walkthrough sort of yesterday afternoon, just so that we can get familiar with the moves. We didn't play our pattern and our shape particularly well last weekend, so it just gave us an opportunity just to reinforce that and get into it. And then this morning was just more sort of unit stuff, so I don't know what the backs do in their units. But for us, it was just going through our lineouts, our drive setups, because we're a bit disappointed with that. And our lineouts are a little bit scrappy at the weekend. I think when we reviewed them, there wasn't actually a lot of things that went wrong, but it's just an inch or two here. It's either an inch in the throw, or it's just not quite getting full extension on the lift, or it might hit the jumper's hands and we drop it, and just it can be anything. So those were the things that went wrong at the weekend, and then we just spent a bit more time looking at our scrum this morning, and then went back in sort of team shape after that, just again to sort of familiarise everyone with the shapes we're playing, the moves we're trying to do defensively, so different combinations might be working together again this week, so just allowing everybody to get that sense of sort of similarity and just feel familiar with the guys that are next to you.